everyone, welcome back. My name is Sarah. I go by Lady Lugana, and this is a channel about cross stitch. I've got a lot to share today. I've got WIPS, I've got works in progress. I've got 3 new starts. I've got some haul and Stitchy Kindness, as well as some gifts for birthdays, Christmas, and I have a giveaway. And so welcome, join me, and I look forward to spending some time with you. Let's see. So if you've never been here before, this is a channel about cross stitch, as I mentioned, where we get to share kind of the works that we're working on and the pieces that we love, and kind of essentially enable other people and be enabled ourselves in our craft and get to enjoy each other's company. So I'm going to start with my book of days. This is the 2024 book of days, and I showed you January. I got it all decorated, and then it's been about a month since I visited with you last, and so this is what my February looks like so far. I love these vintage stickers. Look at her, she's reading with our little kitty cat. Yeah, and I like the teapot too. I don't know if you can see. There we go. Teapot. And so my month of February, I've actually got quite a bit of stitching done this month. Surprisingly, normally January and February tend to be busier months for me, but I'm looking forward to showing you what I've got going. So let's start with new starts. I will start with my Valentine's Day selection. This is called Rose Quaker. Let me pull it up. If I can find it. Ooh, sorry guys, I'm already slowing us down. Rose Quaker. And this is what it looks like. Cover up the chart there in the corner. Isn't that beautiful? Just the colors themselves. Very, very Valentine's Day. And I started this to stitch on something pink in the month of February. So Bridget the Museum Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, they started a stitch along with the aim to stitch on something that inspired or felt pink for Valentine's Day in the month of February. And this is where I am. So I am stitching this on fiber on the Whim, fiber on a Whim, 46 count Morganite. It's being washed out a little bit. It's actually, that's fairly true. It's quite a pink fabric. It's pretty. My little tiny teddy bear needle minder. And I'm stitching it with the Vickie Clayton silk conversion. One silk strand over 2 linen threads on this 46 count. And believe it or not, although it's a small start, that's over 1,200 stitches. And so I got the first Quaker done, the first letter, and then I was finishing up this Quaker over here. And so that is Rose Quaker. And I'll have to put in the description box below because I cannot for the life of me remember who it was designed by. So I'll link it in the box below. And these are the Vickie Clayton silks. These are the ones I haven't used yet. The other ones I have in floss away bags. But look, they're just all pink and beautiful, and they're so pretty. And I need to find another pink bag for this. But right now it's in a Lake Wind Studio bag that has moons on it. So that is new start number 1. New start number 2 is in honor of the Year of the Dragon, the Lunar New Year, which was February 10th of this past month. Samantha the Huga Stitcher and Fibers and Floss Canada, Erica, started a year-long stitch along where we stitch on any kind of dragon that we are inspired to stitch on for the Lunar New Year, which is, like I said, the Year of the Dragon. I had planned, and I showed this in my last video, planned on starting a long dog sampler. It's called the Templar Prophecy. And let me show you a picture of it. The Templar prophecy it's like a tapestry. It makes me think of a medieval tapestry, but it has dragons throughout. This is by Long Dog Sampler. And it is a monochromatic piece. I'm stitching most of it monochromatic, except I'm making the dragons themselves pops of color. Like this will be a green dragon, this will be a gold dragon, the back stitch in this one will be red, so that there's a little bit of difference, or a little bit of color throughout. And this is stitched on Fiberlicious Haystack, 40 count. It's very green. And this is, I only did 1 day of stitching on this, and this is where I got to. So this is the beginning of that first dragon in green. And it's really cool. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like already, there's back stitch all throughout the beginning of this. And so I only did about 300 stitches, like I said, at only 1 day. But I think it's going to be really cool stitched. And the modeling on this is a little more muted in person. It's a little more dynamic on camera, but that is what it looks like. I have my dragon needle minder, who I think is adorable. And this is stitched one strand of floss, which I'm using Anchor Black, over 1 linen thread, or no, 2 linen threads. 1 linen thread would be crazy. And then this will be the green, which is Go Emerald, which is a classic color, Classic Colorworks. And then I'm torn between the gold. I have Classic Colorworks Autumn Spice and Fool's Gold. And then my red color is, my dog is walking all over my stuff right now. She owns this place. Apple Fritter. And so I will continue to make progress on that. That is Templar Prophecy for the Dragon Stitch Along, hosted by the Huga Stitcher and Erica Fibers and Floss for the Year of the Dragon. And in fact, I have one more for the same stitch along. Oh, and I keep this in my, it is like a Chinese dragon. Don't know if you can see it in there. Not probably very well, but oh, there we go. Isn't that cool? And this is a Lake House Stitch Company bag. And so that lives in that bag. And I have one more that I'm doing for this stitch along too. If you have been with me for a while, you guys know that my husband gets involved with my cross stitching. He becomes quite engaged, actually, which is good. No complaints there. But he likes to pick out projects for me to work on, and he picked out one project for this that he preferred. And of course, it's a full coverage piece, 310,000 stitches, because why not? And it's called The Dragon's Last Fight. It's stitched, or it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I could not find the original artist. I was trying to find it, but this is what it looks like. Pictures. If I can blow it up, because it's quite large. As you know, I like full coverage. Hey. My puppy has her bone. There you go, baby. And this is what it looks like. It's insane. He's like, I want that on my wall. I was like, what? So I started this one in honor of him for the Dragon's Owl, which will take forever. But the floss is fantastic. It's actually much more colorful than you would have expected. All those colors, all the bright colors, the oranges. And I got 1,100 stitches done on this. It's going to be quite large, as you can see. And I just got a nice start This is the dark black is the tree, and then the kind of gray, purple, brown modeling here is the clouds. And it is this corner here. So I'm like right up in this area. Not very exciting, but I thought 1100 stitches was pretty good, all things considered. And so that is one of my other full piece coverage pieces that I will be working on. The Dragon's Last Fight, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this lives in I really like Lake Wind studio bags. If you guys are full coverage stitchers and you are trying to find bigger bags to fit the fact that most full coverage pieces call for 89 colors at least, Lake Wind Studio is a fantastic company. This is their business card. There we go. Lake Wind Studio. I have several of her bags. This one's like steampunkish. I don't know. It made me think of the colors. The colors suited, I thought. The pumpkins on top, but they're big, and so they fit everything in them. And you can just tuck the project and all the floss away in it. So I love these particular bags for full coverage pieces. And I have several of them. So those were my 3 new starts. So let's do Stitchy Kindness next. So I got 2 boxes this January, February timeframe. One of them was from Miss Patty, and one of them was from Miss Sherry. I didn't ask their permission to link them below, so I'll do that, and if it's okay, I will, because they both do wonderful work. But I was blown away. I was completely shocked. It was the most wonderful surprise ever. I can't say thank you enough, and I was just completely flummoxed by the kindness and the generosity that this community holds. So Miss Patty sent me an entire box full of vintage charts. I'll show a couple of them because there were just so many, and I could do a whole floss tube on that alone. Sorry, I'm like slouching very bad today. This is one of my favorites. It was called Vera Mouse Picnic. Isn't that just adorable? Oh, it's just so cute with the little, look at that little cake, little ladybug. Oh, I love it. And so that was one of them. And then one of my other favorites, they're the Vintage Bear Collection. She was inspired because I love bears. They're actually over here now. My teddy bears are over there because we got rid of our tree. But look at these bears. There's a 4th of July, kind of Independence Day one. Look at this is a Christmassy one. There's some Valentine's Day inspired one. This one has a little top hat with little hearts. And so this is Alma Lynn Counted Cross Stitch Designs. So I'm excited to add to my collection kind of these vintage charts and get started on them and enjoy them. I love vintage charts. My husband actually loves vintage charts the most. He has collected a lot of cross stitch and country crafts magazines for me because that's what he gravitates to apart from the very large full coverage pieces, which I'm also working on. And then next I got a marvelous package in the mail from Miss Sherry. She made me this beautiful project bag and stuffed it chock full of goodies. So I'll show you one of the things I'm really excited. First of all, I have to show you this linen. This is hand dyed by Rolanda. It's a opal Lugana, but it's just so cool. Look at that. Isn't that just fun? I have no idea. I feel like a fairy or something could easily be stitched on this. Look how just bright and fun it is. This would be fun for like some of the Pixies, the Pixie Couture line. Ugh, so cool. It's just so pretty. Look at that. It makes me think of spring. I long for spring. It's snowing today. We got some snowy weather. And then one of the other pieces, I just made a mess. This was a Bella Filla, oh, this one too. Look at that Christmas tree, R&P Renata Perlin Christmas. It's a beautiful one. But there was one specifically I want to find that I have plans for. I have a family friend. They have a 4-year-old daughter who loves mermaids. And I stitched Treasure Trove, which is actually I'll show a picture of it. Treasure Trove is a piece by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's Treasure Trove Trio, excuse me. Let me see if I can find it for you. And it's a little mermaid. She's sitting on a rock. She's got an octopus, and here we go. So I stitched this for her, and it's in her room, and we changed some of the colors out a little bit so it's a little more pink, and it's got a pink sparkly backdrop frame. It's in white, and so in complement to that, I was going to stitch on this marvelous fabric, which Miss Sherry sent to me. This is called Zephyrus, Under the Sea fabrics. I was going to stitch the Bella Filipino Bejeweled mermaid tail as a complement to that. Wouldn't that just be lovely? And she sent me all the goodies to go with it. Sorry, that was loud. Look at that. With the floss on this fabric. I'm thinking that'll be fun to stitch up and add to the mermaid collection. Plus it'll just be fun to stitch because it's just bright and colorful, and it's 28 count, which will be easy on my eyes because I've subsequently gotten, I don't know why I've done this, but I've transferred all my stuff to high 46 count because that's the coverage I like. So this will be a nice break. But again, Stitchy Kindness, thank you so much to both of you. You guys shocked me, made my day. I was squealing with delight, and my husband was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, look at all the good stuff, look at all the fun stuff. And he's like, okay, yeah. So thank you again. So let's see, let's move on to WIPS. I worked on, in addition to the 3 new starts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 WIPS, which is actually pretty good for me. The first one, you know, well, I don't know if I was going to say you know and love, but I don't know if you love it. Maybe you don't. I do. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes. This is Lady Eugenie surrounded by, Empress Eugenie surrounded by ladies, and its original artwork is Franz Xavier Winterhalter, also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it looks like. That is the whole piece. And this is where I started last time. So I was about maybe halfway done with the 4th page. I'm coming down on that 4th page there. And this is where I am now. I got about 3,000 stitches in, believe it or not. Ha ha. Look, I took it off the Q snap because I have to move it. Isn't that so cool? Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. And so I got essentially from here down. So this whole chunk, which is over 3,000 stitches. And I'm excited because these stitches here coming in represent the top of one of the ladies' heads. So I'm finally moving out of the backdrop, the forest and the trees and the greenery. And I'm going to be able to stitch a lady, and she's wearing pink. So I'm excited to do that. But this is the size of the piece when it is eventually done. I'm now up to 29,000 stitches complete, which is about 8.5% done. and those are approximate. And I use markup RX to document and chart my progress. I was using Pattern Keeper, and I lost my Pattern Keeper and did not save my progress on any of my projects. So note to everyone, export your progress so that it doesn't get lost, because that was a bad move on my part. But that is Empress Eugenie surrounded by ladies, trees, and clouds. So that was number 1. Number 2, I forgot to take a before picture on this one. But this is Iris by Nora Corbett. And I think she's lovely. She is the first Pixie Couture Pixie that I'm working on. So I have the Bewitching Pixie collection and a lot of the Pixie Couture collection. And she's the first one of those that I've started. And I started her because I discovered last year after moving into our new home that there are purple and yellow irises that are planted out front. And so they were blooming, I think it was like in April, May that they were blooming, but she was one of the inspiration. It inspired me to do that because they had told us that there would be irises. And I am stitching her with the called for colors, 2/2 on 32 count cream Lugana. And this is where I got to. Let's see if I have maybe I need to get a board. I think I say that every time, don't I? And then I never do. There we are. And this is what she looks like. So what I did, I did this arm. I started the purple here. That's all new. I finished her collar. That was all new. And then I brought her dress. It stopped about here and I brought it all the way down. As well as started adding in her wing. Kind of all over the place. But isn't she pretty? I love these colors. Oh, and I should say she's not all as called for. This color here is supposed to be, this creamy yellow color is supposed to be 712. And I don't think I actually had 712, nor could I find it. So I substituted it out with DMC 3823. So it's a little lighter, I think, than a 712, but I think it suits. And I'm gonna stitch all of the pixies on matching fabric as I go through. Oh, she's pretty. So that is Iris by Nora Corbett. And she lives in she's just in a fun bag. I don't ever remember who did this one, but it's bright and fun. And it makes me long for picnics and watermelon and beaches and fun stuff like that. So that is WIP number 2. WIP number 3 was the Vanity Sampler. And this was actually not originally, so far, apart from my unexpected new start, which was the, actually there's 2 new starts I wasn't planning on. The Rose Quaker and then the big dragon. I planned on the other dragon. Everything else was in my plans except for this one, which I decided to work on this reproduction sampler first because it's smaller than my Dutch sampler. And this is called the Vanity Sampler. This is by Hello from Liz Matthews. Let me see if I can pull out there we go. Isn't that beautiful? And the sampler itself, they named it, I was reading the pattern, they named it the Vanity Sampler. When they pulled it out of the frame, this section had been cut out, presumably with the name and the age of the person who originally stitched it. And so that inspired the name Vanity Sampler. And if you have an interest in conversions, I'm stitching as called for, not as the called for DMC. But Cam the Stitcher has come up with a pink, kind of dark muted pink gothic inspired conversion, which is very lovely. So Bridge in the Museum Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, they are stitching the conversion, and it's beautiful. So if you want kind of a different flavor, go check out their channels. But this is, I love how they, total random side note, how they did motifs and then stitched them onto these little pillows. I think those are adorable. Look at that little house up there, which is right there. It's clever, very clever. And the verse reads, "Youth and vigor soon will flee, blooming beauty lose its charms, all that's mortal soon will be enclosed in death's cold arms." So a little macabre, but also amazing. And I think there's also online, I have to confirm, but online, the original one, which you can kind of see in this corner, the verse is stitched 1/1 and has some motifs afterwards. And so instead of this 2/2 here. And so there's an alternate for that as well. And I am stitching this on 36 count Fiber on a Whim Affagato. I think that's the called for. Not 36 count. I think Affagato though is called for. I can't remember. This is where I was. I started this in, I think, March of last year. Worked on it for a couple of days and then put it away, never to be seen again. And that's what I'm trying to do, is not to put my stuff away and work on it only for a day and not pull it back out. I'm trying to pick some projects that I work on more consistently and actually make some progress on without necessarily limiting entirely what I choose to move forward with. And so this is where I started. It's a piddly little start, wasn't it? Right up in the corner. I had like 1.5 motifs done. And this, I'm very proud. I almost got an entire page finish. Is where I am now. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that. And I love stitching. This is on 36 count. I'm stitching it 2/2 with the called for DMCs. So I get conflicted when something is really big. I want a smaller count, so that's why I've started bumping up to 46 count so that it has better coverage. But I really love the coverage of 2/2 on 36 count. I mean, look how rich those colors look on this. They're just beautiful. I love this berry bowl with the crown above it. Such a good one. And so this is 36 count Affagato. This is about, I think this is almost, I can actually tell you. I've started to keep track more of statistics in terms of the number of stitches I've done. Not like intensely so, but I'm enjoying seeing, oh, this is actually an 80,000 stitch project. Surprise, I didn't know that. And in this case, this is about 22,000 stitches and is about 10% complete. So knowing that kind of gives me a little more perspective on getting things done and moving things forward. Oh man, I really like this one. She's going to come out again. I don't know if she'll come out in March, but she'll definitely come out in April, if not. So, and this lives in an Olivia bee bag. I think it's Hillside Rookery. So, yeah. So that is WIP number 3. WIP, all of them are falling over. WIP number 4 was a planned new start. This is the Mirabilia I wanted to focus on this year. I haven't had as much Fancy Lady. I've been really craving stitching on, what are the words I'm looking for? Samplers. And so I'm surprised my my Fancy Lady stitching bug is a little less this month. And I think it's because I spent so much time working on that one up there last year that getting a variety of things has helped clear my headspace maybe. Maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know. But the one I chose was Lady of the Flag. And this is unfortunately an out of print chart. My sweet aunt, this was the original piece that inspired me to actually cross stitch. My aunt stitched this when it came out, and it's hanging in her piano room, and she has lent me her chart so that I can utilize it, and then I'll give it back to her. But look at that. And this was charted with proceeds going towards victims of 9/11 when it came out. And so I think when last you saw it, this is either a new start. I think it's a new start. When last you saw it, there was either 5 stitches in it, or it was just a total new start completely. And I'm stitching this 2/2 on 32 count Storm by Picture This Plus. And I chose this fabric for, I was aiming for kind of a moody backdrop, so that Lady Liberty, Lady of the Flag, shined bright and kind of represented hope in the midst of that turmoil. And so, and this is a middle start, is where I got to. I just started playing with, I just was like, all the colors. I want to see what all the colors look like. And so, I love, this is the flagpole, the Krynic already coming down here in the center of her her dress, and then the flag coming over here. And so, she's slotted to be pulled out in March. I'm thinking about doing, I don't want to say a Mira March, but maybe Fancy Lady March. That's what I'm considering. So Iris would come out, Lady of the Flag would come out, and then my Geisha, which she's not been worked on. She's hiding over there. She might come out. And so that is Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. And it lives in a penny and toonie bag that is kind of Americana, pretty Americana. So that is where I am on that one. And last but not least, for WIPS, I feel like I'm going really fast today, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. Last but not least for WIPS is the piece that I will finish this year. So this is Dino Alphabet, and it is by Dear Sukie Crafts. You can no longer buy a kit. I bought a kit, but the kit itself is no longer available. However, she has the digital chart available for purchase on her Etsy store. And so this is what it looks like. Dino Alphabet. So cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I've been working on this one on Sundays to just get it. I want to get it done. I got to get it done. I'm hopeful to get it done by July, because that'll be baby boy's birthday. And this is a sampler. It's supposed to be a birth sampler. He got a baby blanket instead for his birth. Now he's getting this for his first year birthday. This is where I was last time. So, can't see the top, but I had got into this big blue dino. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Lugana by BeStitchMe called Fruit Salad. And this is where I am. Let me fold it up and hold it up. Eek! Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. And so I've got the top row done. Look at that. So last time, since I've seen you, I got this guy done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, maybe not this one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dinos done. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. I love the little dino egg. Look at that. Look at that little dino egg. And the little feet prints. Ooh. And so I am officially 50% done with this. And so my husband says he wants me to make these bolder. It's like backstitch them in gold or something like that. Tell me what you guys think. I kind of like them the way they are, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. If I should make them bolder in any fashion. I like it, but I can see what he's saying. He says they're a little thin looking, but I don't know. We'll see. And so that is Dino Alphabet. Whee! It's going to be so good. And look. Oh, you want to see the back, not the back. The Land Before Time, the Dino Needle Minders. So I think my husband's going to pop in and probably say something. We'll see. And so that is my last WIP. So, yeah. Let's see, what next? Let's go over, I'll do my haul / more birthday. It's more birthday presents. And then I'll save the giveaway for last so that I can chat about it and say thank you to everybody. So my next pieces are haul. Ooh, and birthday. I have several, most of them are project bags. Some of them have projects in them, but these are the two charts that some of the charts I got. This is called Loose Feathers Pattern 39, which is Winter Wonderland by Blackbird Design. It was re-released, and I've been wanting this chart for a long time, and I have not been able to find this chart because it was originally out of print, and it is now available in most cross-stitch shops. I think I got this from Hollis Hands Creates. So that is number 1. So re-release, which is very exciting. And then I got another one by is Loose Feathers pattern number 19 called Quaker Garden. This came from my husbando. This is out of print, unfortunately. I think he had to have gotten this off the secondhand market. And it is beautiful. If you want to see someone who just stitched this, the New Hampshire stitcher finished this, and I think it was in her last video. But this one's beautiful. It's called Quaker Garden. I got 2 new project bags from Erica from Fibers and Floss Canada. So the first one is an actual project bag. It's Christmas. It's beautiful. And it's got this pocket, which I adore. You can stick your pattern in, and I don't know what it's called, the batting, the fabric she uses, it's heavier, and so there's sturdiness and kind of substance to this that I appreciate. And it's absolutely beautiful. The work is beautiful. There's different fabric that she used as the banner here. It's great. And then also, she made me a portfolio. I've shown you her other portfolios. This one is with her, I don't know what fabric this is. It's called Tilda, maybe? But look at this. Oh, it's just little mice that are sleeping and hibernating. And this one's little squirrels that are sleeping and hibernating. It's just adorable. My husband's just walked in and he's like laughing at me because I'm oohing and awing over this.
No, I'm enjoying your uniform there for filming the Flosstube.
Oh, he bought me this shirt for Christmas. It says "Sei disagio," talking about the heart. They're having a...
How discouraging to have a heart.
Yeah, how discouraging to have a heart. It's broken. So, but this is Fibers and Floss Canada. That's her little logo. It's so adorable. And these are, if you ever get the opportunity to purchase one of these are amazing. I love them. And they hold 2 projects. And so that's fantastic. Then, let's see. This is a new project, fully kitted. I don't know who did this bag. Oh, this is Little Boat 88 bag. Isn't that beautiful? And it is the Fragments in Time 2023. All of the Fragments in Time. I love the B-Skep. Isn't that really cool? This is my favorite, I think. And I believe Elizabeth Ann can... Oh, that's pretty too with the pink in it. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is stitching this. She's stitching it all on one, which is my eventual plan as well. Just look at the little butterflies. And so I have plan to stitch it on 36 count khaki Edinburgh linen, which is this one, with the called for colors. And there is a free border available on the website, which I'm trying to remember. Summer House Stitchworks website, right there. So, and these are the called for colors. They're fresh and summery, and they're a mix of classic color works and Weeks dye works. Lots of pinks and blues, and I think it'll look really good on this all as one. So that is haul potential new start number 1. Not anytime soon. I think this one will wait. And then this was a gift as well. This is also a Little Bow 88 bag. Makes me think of Jane Austen and kind of the Regency era. I've been watching Bridgerton with my husband, and he's so into it. It's great. And so this is a pattern you are probably all very familiar with. It is called Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. Heartstring Samplery. This is what it looks like. I've been really in the mood to stitch pink, and just kind of pink and prim and muted and beautiful colors lately. They're calling to me. And so that is Consider the Lilies. And it was gifted to me fully kitted. This is 46 count cream virgin linen. Isn't that beautiful? It's got a little bit of a peachy undertone. It's this beautiful color. And I'll stitch this with the called for colors. It'll be 1 over 1, or 1 over 2. And here are the colors. There's a lot of colors. I'm a little afraid to pull them out. Look at this. I think the person who kitted this for me so generously as a gift didn't know how to calculate how much floss you needed. So I'm going to have all sorts of extras, and then maybe I can pass them on as, look at the purples, and pass them on as to someone who's stitching it next. Look at this. There's so much floss. And it's all the colors. And so it's going to be a beautiful, they're all ratty right now. I should have organized them, but I did not. This one I'm very tempted to start. But I'm holding off because it's a massive, massive project. I have lots of massive projects. But I'm very tempted to start this one. It's just, this linen is soft, it's pretty, it's pink. Everything about it, I love. Oh, my baby there's a pink dragon. It's out of her reach because she gets a little aggressive with her toys. And she wants her pink dragon. So, Consider the Lilies. So that's a potential start, up and coming. You're okay. So this is some more haul. This is also a Little Bow 88 bag. It's beautiful. I should put my Rose Quaker in this one. And then last but not least, this is a Simply Nurel bag. This was also a gift. Isn't it beautiful? Let's see if I can get it to focus on Simply Nurel. And in here was another kit. I've been getting into Blackbird too. Birds of a Feather Blackbird Designs. That's that one. Doesn't it just go so well with this bag?
Did you ever show them the bag I made you?
Of course I did.
Oh.
And I don't have fabric for this, but I have the needlepoint silks. I don't know if I should probably, I'm tempted to do this one on 36 count. It's smaller, so it would be super rich to have these colors on it. Look at that bright turquoisey color. So that is the last of the haul, the gifts, the kindness, the WIPS, and finally last but not least is the giveaway. So I have a giveaway in honor of the fact that I have now over 2,000 subscribers, which was so much fun. I just had so much fun counting and saying, I have 2,000, and you guys are all so kind to watch me and to join me, and I know there are a lot of channels out there that you can be enjoying, and it just means a lot to me that you're spending time with me here. And so this is a giveaway. It's almost like Christmas themed. It's not Christmas themed. It's Valentine's Day themed. And it is a bit of a kit. So I'll show you a little bit about it, and then I will... And if you receive this and you don't like what you like, if there's parts of this that you're not interested in, if you have it, just pass it along to someone who might like it. So I have a book of days in there for you. And I know it's already almost March, but I think if you don't have the book of days, it's still a lot of fun to use. And then it's February themed, so I have a little bit of Alice in Wonderland for you. This is Barbara Anna Designs She Mad Hatter with a 25 count Stormy Lugana to stitch it on. Glare, I'm sorry guys. This one I just thought was so cute. It's called the Calico Confectionery. It says Be My Valentine. Look how adorable that is. A little, oh, that's just so cute. There's some needles, a pair of scissors, and a bead pack. And the bead pack is for Miss Valentine's, which is a Mirabilia. One of her, what is it called? The Fairy Holiday Collection. This is her fourth Fairy Holiday. Or fourth holiday. My brain stopped. You know what I'm trying to say. And so this is in there as well as the fabric to stitch it on, which is a 32 count natural linen. And then the called for floss and Krynic. So there's only one, I think there's one floss that might be missing because they don't have it. I can't find it to give you guys. But this is the called for floss for Fairy Miss Valentine, I should say. And I think the word to win this, subscribe, like if you want to. If not, don't. But you have to be 18 or older so I can request your address and get this sent out to you. And it's in a, oh, who are these? It's So Emma. What is the, oh, Fat Quarter Shop, I think. Bag. So all of these are in here. I think the word for the giveaway should be pink. So find pink in your comment, and I'll use a random comment selector, and I'll get this sent out into the mail after I choose for my next video. So if you're interested, thank you again for watching. Thank you for joining me, and thank you again for just being such a wonderful community, for all the kindness and the support that you show. And I love watching videos. I love spending time with you all, and to the point where my husband's like, you're watching another Flosstube? I'm like, yes I am. And so I hope you have a wonderful rest of the month and a fun beginning to spring upcoming. So you have a great day. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.